Hey guys, Max here from Car Review Club. Thanks so much everyone for watching the videos that I've been posting the past couple of months. I think we're almost up to 100,000 views, which is all thanks to you, so really appreciate it. Today's video, as you can see, I'm sat in my Audi A1, as you can see from the seats S-Line. And I've had this car for coming up to 3 years now, and so I know a lot about it. I know there's a lot of people in the market looking for A1s at the moment, lots of different specs. This one's the S-Line competition, so you know, the really fast one, 200 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds or so. And I thought it would be a good time to do a kind of 3-year update for those who are looking to get the car right now, just so that you know kind of what to expect, the good things, the bad things, what I've experienced, and some of the things that I would kind of want to let my former self know before I got this car. So sit back, relax. If you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and yeah, enjoy. So any Audi A1 that you guys purchase, that's the new model like this, the one thing that I like is you get this digital virtual cockpit, I suppose, and it's really easy to navigate, so you know you can switch through everything. So I can show you here my long-term memory, just for those of you who want to know about MPG, has been 34.5 mile per gallon. But then you've got your radio, you've got your phone calls, you can see all my favorite radio stations right there, and obviously you've got your trip calculator, how long you've done, your temperature. So it's just a really nice infotainment screen, really, that just is a great thing to look at when you're driving. The other thing I like about this screen is that you see here you've got these kind of red dials at 30 mile per hour and 70 mile per hour. That's just there because of, I guess, speed limits. So, you know, the speed cameras are normally at 30 mile per hour and the national speed limit on the motorways is 70. So by having those red lines there, it just helps you know what your speed is a bit more. But of course, you've got this mile per hour digitalized here as well, so you don't really have to look at that. It's just a nice little feature, to be honest. One thing that is relatively annoying about the dashboard and the cockpit, and if any of you have an Audi A1 and know how to turn this off, please do let me know in the comments, but it's this lane assist. Now, lane assist just keeps you in your lane if you kind of veer out of it while you're driving. It doesn't do it automatically, it kind of gives you a vibration on the steering wheel, so you have to kind of go back into your lane. It's happened a couple of times to me, just when I kind of slightly go over the lane if I'm driving down like a country road or something, and it pushes you back to your side of the road. It's quite cool, to be honest, but I am not a big fan of it. So every time I want to turn it off, I have to press this button here on the stalk, and it then disables that right there. So every time I get in the car, I have to do that. So if you forget, you might just get a shock if the wheel starts vibrating. But no, I mean, all around, I really like this virtual cockpit. The next thing I really like about the car is this big kind of multimedia display. It's not a problem when you're driving. It's really easy to use while you're in the car. So the buttons are really big. I've got pretty big hands, to be honest, but if you click on radio, it's really easy to understand that. I'm just on LBC at the moment, but yeah, really easy to navigate, really fast to use as well. And you've also got your car settings, so you can change your settings of your car from here if you wanted to, and you could kind of go to the Audi Drive Select if you're driving. But the best thing that I like to do is you've actually got a button down here for the drive select mode. So when you're driving, as long as you know where this button is, you can just click it and it will just change the modes here. So I can change through efficiency, auto, dynamic and individual. It's really quick. The response changes almost instantaneously. And the one thing I noticed the most is when you change from kind of auto to dynamic mode, the steering wheel really does sharpen up, as does the kind of overall performance of the car. You really get that low down shove, the rev counters change, and you can just really go a lot faster. I'll leave a link to my kind of drive of the Audi that I did a couple of months ago in the description, so you can kind of see what it's like to drive. But it is an awesome car, and it's got so much power, especially if you get this S-Line competition. One thing that I've noticed with this car though that you might want to be careful of as well is that you've got obviously your charging point here, which is where the cigarette thing normally goes. I've taken that out, obviously I don't smoke. But then you've also got your USB power socket and your USB-C. Now I've been using the USB-C one recently, and for some reason it doesn't allow you to connect properly to Apple CarPlay. Like, it comes on for a second and it just turns off, whereas the USB socket allows you to have the Apple CarPlay. So if you are looking to get this car, make sure, I would say, I mean, it might just be my car, but make sure that you have the USB socket, a charger that you can use for Apple CarPlay. And I'm kind of a bit, not annoyed, but it's a bit just of a pain that they don't allow you to just connect your Apple CarPlay directly via Bluetooth. You still have to use this cord, but it's just a minor kind of gripe about the car. It performs really well, and like I said last time, this infotainment screen is really nice, and when you do connect Apple CarPlay, it looks amazing when you have Waze or, you know, Google Maps on the screen. It's really easy to just check it and know where you're going when you're driving. So we're now at the outside of the car, and there are a couple of things that I am not so sure about when it comes to driving this. The one thing is that I've got the red brake calipers and obviously the brake discs in here, and they make the worst braking noise when you're in reverse. If you put this car into reverse and you start driving it out, or you start reversing into a space, it squeaks like nothing you've ever heard before. It is just ridiculous. So I'm not sure, again, if that's just my S-Line competition and just the way I drive it. You know, maybe the brakes get too hot, but I don't think I drive it any worse than the next person. And so it's just, I went to get it fixed and get it serviced at Audi, and they just said, look, because the brakes get so hot, you're going to have that squeaking. So basically there's no easy way to get it fixed, which is a bit of a problem. The other thing is, this car, when I bought it, or brand new, this car is nearly like £25,000, and so you would expect it to have automatic folding mirrors, but no, these are actually kind of the push-in ones. So they are really easy to push in and out, but I can't tell you how many times I've pushed the wing mirrors in, got in the car thinking that they were automatic because my previous cars have had automatic wing mirrors, and then had to get out of the car or open the window, especially when I'm in the driver's seat, having to go over to the passenger side and actually open the wing mirrors again. So yeah, just make sure that you do, if you can, spec the automatic wing mirrors, because I don't think they come as standard. In terms of the look of the car, well, it looks fantastic. You all know what the Audi A1 looks like. If you haven't, go check out my videos where I actually show you the interior and exterior of the car. But you've got these brake lights which actually go into the side of the car, and so it makes the car look a lot wider. And I also love the indicators, so you can see there it's like a slides across left to right, which is really nice, especially when you're kind of just indicating to go left and right. I think a lot of Audis have this. And the brake lights, you can see you've also got these like these little strips here, and when you're driving, it just gives it a really nice road presence. And then you've also got these diffusers on the rear. Mine has two exhausts because it's the S-Line competition, but the S-Lines normally have this diffuser, but they just have it without the pipes, and it really does make it look a lot more sporty. So the last thing about this car is the handbrake. So I've had a lot of cars within the Audi group. I had a VW Polo, the Polo R line, I had the TT, and now I'm on this Audi A1, and I'll probably change it soon to a new car. But with the handbrakes, especially on the VW Polos, I found that they can wear out quite quickly when you actually use it so much, to the point where I couldn't park on hills because the car would actually not have the handbrake working properly, and it would start to roll back. Now this hasn't happened yet on the Audi, but I do find that sometimes you can just, the handbrake just doesn't go up high enough, or you can just feel that the car kind of rocks a little bit, and so it's a bit concerning. With the Audi TT, I had, you know, the automatic handbrake, which is great, but for those of you who want an automatic handbrake, you can't actually get that on the Audi A1. You have to have the manual handbrake, but you know, it works. It's a great car. If you don't park on too many hills, then you should be fine. But like I said, I get a bit worried parking on really big hills because it just feels a bit uneasy when it comes to the handbrake. But everything else about this car I really love. I mean, these seats are absolutely amazing as well. You know, the one in the S-Line is kind of part leather, part cloth. They're so comfy. I would have probably gone for the technology pack, which would have given me the automatic climate control, and I think you can get heated seats as well, but it's not really necessary unless you're really into that. The car's fantastic. I love the steering wheel. The pedals feel fantastic. With the S-Line competition model, you get kind of these aluminium pedals, so they're fantastic to press. And yeah, I mean, it's been a really great car for the last 3 years. So guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be making a lot more content over the next couple of weeks. Let me know some cars that you might like to see. I am going to have things like the Kia Sportage, Mercedes Benzes. I might try and get a Porsche Taycan on this channel as well. So if you've enjoyed it, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.